gonna be foamy. Nice. Man, that's a good head.
It's a good head. Don't excuse me of not giving.
Welcome to the fourth episode of Designated Beer Drinkers. Took us a while to decide on the name, but we're here now, and we're ready to roll. Tonight we are trying Lucky Bucket Brewing Company's Pre-Prohibition Lager.
And we also have a guest.
We do have a guest. Would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Spencer.
Spencer, what's your favorite color?
Orange.
Good. Nice. Okay, so this...
Aren't you glad?
Orange, you glad we trashed on Orange in episode 1?
Yeah.
I'll do my little reading off of this.
Yeah.
This Pre-Prohibition Lager is a beer brewed in Nebraska of the United States. It says, pre-prohibition style salutes a time when lagers had greater character and more distinct flavor, when beer wasn't full of the additives found in many of today's mainstream lagers. Lucky Bucket's version has a light, malty flavor that's easy on the palate. Filtered twice, the subtle maltiness nicely balances a floral hop. Dry hopped with a fresh blend of aromatic West Coast hops, Lucky Bucket Lager is a great session beer with an ABV of 4.5%.
So it's weak.
A little weaker than average, but
A session beer.
But it's okay if it's a little below average. She said she selects it.
yeah, we'll do a little cheers here.
Nice.
Hit the microphone?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I'm sure that sounded great.
Oh yeah.
Initial smell. It smells kind of florally. Mm-hmm. Ooh, that's pretty good.
That's tasty.
It's a lot more, I want to say like heavier than all the other beers we've drank so far.
Yeah, it definitely has a richer flavor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's definitely the darkest one, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's not even that dark.
It's Spencer's favorite color.
Oh, it's good. Amber.
It is amber.
This is really good.
This is very good. So,
a good idea would kind of be to start talking about some topics before we start this.
some topics.
Yeah, just some topics to touch on, or if we have a general target audience, then we could be like, yeah, we're gonna talk about anime while we drink these beers.
That's fair. Okay.
But
Talk about music.
we could talk about music.
I've got a side comment on music that relates to beer.
Yeah, go right ahead.
All right, so you know how some musicians are like, I'm not going to learn music theory because I want it to be a solely creative process that's not influenced by theory.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a bad attitude to have towards it, because it's like, okay, you can actually learn stuff and that can add to your creative process. But despite that, that's kind of how I'm leading towards, or how I'm approaching this beer podcast. Like, I don't know anything about beer. Like, I don't know what hops are, but I'm like, oh yeah, this is kind of hoppy. Very floral. Yeah.
And not necessarily everyone is gonna even want a podcast that gets super deep into it.
Yeah.
I bet this would taste better if there was 0.1% more alcohol in it.
Oh, definitely.
Like
Man behind the wheel.
The vibe stuff so far is us just kind of been shooting the shit while we're drinking. We haven't really
Shit in the
talked
chute.
about anything specific, while we've chatted.
For sure.
We just kind of ramble.
Yeah,
It goes pretty well.
it does go pretty well.
You mentioned the thing about the music theory and some artists ignoring it. Some artists ignore other people or other bands to try and not copy them on accident. There's a video of a guy playing listening to Mr. Brightside for the first time. And he's professional heavy metal drummer or whatnot. And so he does the beat line for Mr. Brightside as he goes along. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
who the hell doesn't listen to Mr. Brightside all these years? And how do you
Tune out
Killers
all
fan
music.
yeah.
I feel like a lot of songs just come up, if you're in the car with somebody or on the radio or
Out in public.
Out in public,
Yeah, you're walking around the mall, there's going to be music playing. You're in the bank, they got music playing.
In the elevator.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know how you could avoid music to the point of...
Or like why you'd want to. I mean, yeah, you don't want to like necessarily get too influenced from like another band, but you can also find some inspiration into it. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Just...
But then you get like copycats, like the Queen song, and then Ice Ice Baby.
Well, it's more
Under
pressure.
Yeah, Under Pressure. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's just like the exact same.
What is it called when they do that? Where they like take a spot out of it and they put it into a different
Like
song?
sampling?
Yeah, sampling. Yeah.
Sample. Yeah.
I'm going to sample this
Like that's a
beer.
little bit different. Like that's like they're directly taking it, but it's more of a they accidentally do it and then they're like, ah, dang it, and they're stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I accidentally copied the song.
Whoopsie.
It's okay.
Oh no.
Ways. Yeah. Sampling is cool though, I think. I know Mac Miller did a lot of like samples from more like classic rap songs. And that's cool to like hear the beat. I'm like, oh, Mac Miller. But then it like goes into like a different song. I was like, oh, this is the song that he sampled. Okay, cool.
Yeah, what's like that really popular Mac Miller song? God, I'm blanking on the name of it.
Mac
Probably
Miller.
from Blue Slide Park.
But it's like one of his most popular ones of all time.
Blue World.
No.
Mr. Blue Sky.
Oh, that one does have a good sample too. But no, it's The Spins. The Spins.
Oh, yeah.
Because that samples, what is it, the Empire of the Sun?
Empire of the Sun? Hell yeah. It's
Yeah.
Walking on a Dream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, love those guys.
That one got a very notable sample.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He does some good, or he did do some good music.
He's up there with Rob.
Poor guy. he's throwing rhymes around up wherever he's at.
Yeah.
Up where the sun don't shine.
He's with
Empire outside of the sun.
he's with Margaret Thatcher looking up at us.
Damn.
Yikes.
Got a Mac Miller hater over here.
No, I love him. I love the Margaret Thatcher joke.
Oh, that's fair. I still like the idea of music for today. You guys want to talk about that some more?
Sure.
Yeah. What kind of
Alright.
music are you guys listening to lately? Spencer?
I'm just the most ridiculous, like, killer song, or Killers fanboy in the world. I love them. But I think I'm kind of stuck in an 80s loop all of a sudden. I've been listening to a lot of Tears for Fears and Flock of Seagulls, David Bowie. Yeah.
I was just listening to David Bowie while I was taking a shower.
Tell me more about the shower. No,
Raged into
right
it.
now I'm stuck on this on a playlist called White Dad Summer, and it's just lots of good hits. It's good.
It sounds like it'd be right up your alley.
Mm-hmm.
What's one of your other than the Killers? What is one of your favorite bands of all time?
Of all time, probably Foster the People. Yeah.
And why?
I don't know. I think I first started listening to them when like Pumped Out Kicks came out, and I started listening to them.
You say pumped out kicks?
Pumped Up Kicks, right? What did I say? Pumped Up Kicks? The recording's wrong. No, listen. If you heard the subtitles, don't worry about it.
Yeah. We could fix it in post.
Just edit it out.
Okay. Anyway, though.
My brother, he was listening to it, and I wanted to be close to my brother, so I would listen to it, and then it's the only one he listened to, but I listened to the rest of their album and just kind of fell in love with it. I loved Helena Beat and everything from their first album, and they kind of went quiet with their second album, Supermodel, so I didn't follow them for too long after that. But then I came back, like, I don't know, probably 5 years ago. I listened to Supermodel and whatever their newest album is, Sacred Hearts Club, and that was really good. I saw them in concert in 2017, and it just blew me away. Been in love ever since.
Very nice. Yeah.
Nice. Ethan, what kind of stuff do you like?
Wow.
You got a favorite?
Look like a favorite band?
Yeah, we kind of touched on that in the first one.
Come on,
Yeah.
Bands.
give me the rivalry you gave us back in college. The
What?
When Brendan versus Brandon.
Oh. I don't really know what to say about that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, so one of my favorite bands for the longest while was Panic at the Disco. Had a very deep dive into their music in high school and a bit of college. Not the biggest fan anymore. I feel like that's a common theme for a lot of fans.
It's very sad what happened with him.
But yeah, got a lot of good albums.
Yeah, they do.
Obviously, A Fever You Can't Sweat Out, their first album, is so cool. It's got that dark, like, cabaret vibe and very poetic with all the writing and stuff. You really feel the emotion come through.
Can you define cabaret for me? I have no idea what that means.
No, it's a fair question. I didn't know either when I first read that, but I actually got some visual context for it a while ago because there was a play that was put on at one of the colleges here called Cabaret, and it's like a World War II era, basically like brothel. And I don't even know how to describe it, but it's kind of like Harlequin masks. Man, I don't know. I'm kind of at a loss for words. I'd have to like show you a picture or something.
We ask Google.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
Cabaret.
Spelled C-A-B-A-R-E-T.
Cabaret.
Yeah. So yeah, first album, really cool. Like I said, very poetic, and you can feel like the emotion of the band come through, especially some of the live performances. Those are really good. Then they had Pretty Odd, their second album. And let me tell you, that one is a very good album.
Mm-hmm.
That one, they all just like got together in a cabin in the woods, basically, did a bunch of mushrooms, and just
And
let the
wrote
words
music.
flow onto paper. Yeah, exactly.
So they did the Aaron Rodgers special.
But yeah, so that one is very folksy. A lot of like play on word kind of stuff happens in that album. The biggest one that everyone knows is probably either 9 in the Afternoon or Northern Downpour are some of the big ones from that album.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one is a great vibe. Then they've got a mix of stuff after that. Obviously they had that like Too Weird to Live, Too Rare to Die or something, I think.
Yep, that album was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought.
It was pretty solid. It didn't feel like it had like its own complete identity. It felt kind of more like a sophomore attempt after their first album, despite, you know, their actual sophomore album being pretty on. But it still had some good songs. What is the Girls, Boys?
Girls, boys, girls, and girls.
Yeah, well, anyway,
and
I'm sure
boys.
For like the old like after
That song.
girls.
That's a good song too.
Yeah, so that's a good one. He also has a really cool live performance of one of the songs in that album, and I think he used it as like a wedding vow or something. And so that one was really cool and stuck out to me. He's obviously known for his very eccentric range in his voice,
Yeah.
and that's on full display in that live performance. Let me tell you, there's some good recordings of it. Not great, but good. And then the one everyone knows, Death of a Bachelor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
that
good.
album
I
is
love
amazing.
that album.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah, so I don't even know what to
That
say.
one's
That
so
one is
good.
just amazing. The huge jazz influence.
To backtrack slightly, I looked up the definition of cabaret.
Oh yeah.
An entertainment held in a nightclub or restaurant while the audience eats or drinks at tables. So
Think La La
entertainment, a show, a floor show, performance,
Okay.
cabaret.
Like your typical comedy show.
I guess that could count as I guess any
Maybe.
sort of show would count as a cabaret. You could have a comedy show in a nightclub or restaurant.
You should have your own cabaret. You'd do good.
Thanks.
Yeah, you could be stand up.
Well,
And then
I
you
like
can sit
sitting
down.
The obvious joke being, and thus begins my comedy career. This is the first time I've ever told a joke.
God, I wish.
Hey.
Wish her. I hardly knew her.
I think that's enough on Panic. Their later albums weren't nearly as good, and then they fell apart, so...
Yep.
When we think about them every day.
No.
No?
Only when they
You
come
can
up
think about it.
and with disappointment.
Only when they come up in elevators. Or in the mall, or at the doctor's office.
Yeah.
What goes up must come down.
That's what they say.
That's what I say.
That is what they'd be saying.
Moving on. Christian,
So,
your favorite artist and why?
yeah,
Why
I
is
think
it
we went
Coldplay?
over initially when we were saying our favorite artists because I pulled up my recap and told about that. But System of a Down, I mean, you know that. Zach knows that. But it's just so like upbeat and like fast and just makes you really want to like headbang or like I would listen to that.
System of a Down.
System of a Down.
Oh, what goes up must come down.
I guess so.
The system.
Yeah, but their music is so like high energy and fast, and I would listen to that a lot in the kitchen, like while I was cooking and stuff at work. But then we mentioned Mac Miller. Love Mac Miller. Lately, though, I've been listening to Diane Word again. Kind of getting on a Diane Word kick.
They're weird.
They are weird, but they're fun. I like them a lot. And then I've been listening to I had Cypress Hill playing here. They're always good. Cypress Hill, Atmosphere, and then one song by Taco. Can you guess what it is?
Burrito.
I don't know, Taco.
Oh, Putting on the Ritz.
I thought that song was going to be.
What's new, Pussycat?
Whoa.
So yeah, I've just been listening to like somewhat older stuff, I guess, and
Like a whiplash. How do you go from System of a Down to Taco?
it's a process. But yeah, that's kind of what I've been listening to lately.
Can you get me one too?
Yeah, these are so good. I'm downing this. I have a little bit of an interesting music taste.
You've never heard of them? You ever heard of it's Wonderwall?
The joke.
Yeah, have you ever heard of like Elvis and anyway, yeah. I talked about him a little bit like episode 1 or 2. My favorite artist of all time is John Bellion.
Yeah.
He is very, very good. I enjoy watching like the making behind each of his songs. You can get those on YouTube and they're really interesting. And then he does a lot of producing for other bands, so I typically listen to those as well, like songs I've known that he produced for. And then outside of John Bellion, Lawrence is really good. I know he produces for them as well. I do listen to their earlier stuff too, though. They're like a jazz rock band. They have a lot of interesting songs. And they're very high energy. I know me and Ethan watched them open for John Bellion back in like 2019.
Oh, yeah. That was a great
Oh, man.
Was that for 2019? I think I saw them back in like John Bellion in 2017 when he opened for 21 Pilots.
I really...
Interesting.
Yeah, I hadn't gotten into him quite yet then. And I really wish I had because that would have been an amazing concert.
It was good.
I saw 21 Pilots. Oops. I don't remember when that was, though.
Well, the 21 Pilots were in Omaha, and that was John Bellion that opened for them.
Was it?
So it was like back in high school for you?
Maybe.
For like early college.
Yeah.
It would have been like
college or at the end of high school. I
2017,
graduated
I'm pretty sure.
because I graduated in 2015. So
It would have been your sophomore year of college.
because they were touring the Blurry Face album,
That.
the one with like the 3 dots.
Yeah.
Or
Hey,
the
man, I
9
just work
dots
here.
or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Is that the Blurry? Is that what the album is called? Blurry Face.
Well, that's like one of the big songs. I don't know what the album is called.
No, I think that Blur
I think
Face
that album was just a catchy song, put it on the radio, and That was most of the albums.
Yep, it's called Blurry Face.
Before the songs.
Yeah, that's the album that I saw them tour.
Oh, Stressed Out. Yeah, it must have been.
Tear in My Heart.
Yeah, they did some cool stuff during that concert. It was really cool.
Was that the one with like someone was like in the ball in the middle of the crowd?
I remember one of the guys, I don't remember, one of them was playing piano. And some people came out from this backstage with like this big old tarp and draped it over him and the piano. And he was just still playing like underneath, but like covered up.
It's like
then at the song end, he like his like figure dropped from underneath the like tarp or whatever, the sheet that they put on top of him, and he was just gone. And the spotlight like whoop, and like lit up in the crowd, like up in the nosebleeds, and he was just like standing in the crowd. And they're like, "Whoa, how did you get there?" Is it magic and music?
Wow.
This is crazy.
Putting on a show.
Yeah.
It's like a cabaret.
Putting on the Ritz.
Yeah, putting on the Ritz.
Is that one? Oh, it's an indescript thing. Let's see.
That is a concert video.
That's a concert video right there.
Yeah, John Valiant is really cool though.
Oh yeah, sorry. You're good. Sorry.
Yeah, his you mentioned the concert in 2019 that he had where Lawrence opened with him.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was not just Lawrence. And that was really good. I thought one of the moments that stood out to me the most was just them kind of like flexing their musical prowess where they heard everyone in the crowd start doing the Let's Go Huskers chant. And then he's like, "What are you guys saying? What's going on? What are you saying?" And he took that, and the band just kind of like laid down a beat, and he started, singing over it and adding in the Let's Go Huskers stuff. They turned all the lights red and everything. And
Yeah,
that was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that
Gotta
was
say, our football team isn't that great, but we got like the
Man,
best,
do we know how
the
to say
best
those three words really well?
Yeah, we sure can scream. we can cheer them on like no other.
We really know how to clap when the tunnel walk's going on.
Oh yeah, I got to slap the horseshoe from the tunnel walk.
Did you wash your hand afterwards?
No.
Never gonna wash this hand again.
3 weeks later, Christian died.
Oh God, Christian, how could you not tell me you died?
Oh, I just forgot.
Oh, slip the mind.
Yeah,
It happens when you die.
Oh,
you can't remember anything then.
Ooh, actually, another one that I like to listen to is Sean James. He's like a folk artist almost. I know he has a cover of I think the Wanderers. Is that a cover?
Cause I'm a wanderer.
That's Dion, isn't it?
Is that the one you're thinking of?
I know he does have a song
Yeah.
called "The Wanderer."
It's called The Wanderer, but I think it might be an original.
Yeah, I
now
don't
that
think it's a cover of that one.
Yeah. Even though it always makes me think of that song.
And then you think about Fallout.
Yeah,
And then-
exactly.
And you get disappointed, and it's just like,
It's like
kind of like
it's not
rewatching
New
Game of
Vegas.
Thrones. Rewatching Game of Thrones, remembering what happens in the last season,
Like, oh, this is so good.
and then you remember, God dang it.
Yeah, what did you think of Game of Thrones, Christian?
I liked it.
I loved it. What happened is people told me the last scene was terrible. Terrible. I was like, all right, whatever. And I finished. I'm like, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And then I sat on it for a month. I'm like, that could have been so much better.
Yeah, it could have been so much better.
I enjoyed it,
but
but
like
it wasn't like
people made it seem like it was just awful.
Yeah.
Like the ending, but it
It wasn't-
wasn't awful. It
wasn't
was
as-
kind of sick.
It wasn't at the end where like the closing scene was like, I am Game of Thrones. Like, I won the Game of Thrones or something like that. But it was good. I really liked it. And we might be a few years late on this compared to everybody else, but yeah.
Yeah. What's a popular TV show right now?
Ted
Game of
Lasso?
Thrones captivated everybody.
Oh, I don't think you're gonna find one like that for a really long time.
No.
I mean, like, what else is there? Like,
I know Suits is popular on Netflix right now.
okay, but who are you gonna be? Hey, you watch Suits? Which episode? I don't know. $13.99. There's like 1,500 episodes worth of One Piece. But yeah, no.
One Piece is real.
This guy, actually, if he's going to listen to this, I probably shouldn't say. Continuing on.
Want to spoil something?
Mandalorian was.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
that's a good
people.
one.
Yeah,
That was after Game of Thrones, right?
Yes. Yeah. That was like
I think people were crazy about Mandalorian for like the first season.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it kind of
it
fell
tamed
off.
down.
Yeah.
I wonder if there was.
My parents, they really like Ted Lasso, but I think it's only its third season. I'm about 1.5 in right now. That one's good.
The Witcher.
Oh, The Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Except
one was very
done.
popular for a while.
I need it. I don't even think I've seen season 2.
It's
I haven't either.
I think I started season 2. I was trying to watch it with Courtney, but
season 3 just came out, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And this is like Henry Cavill's last season.
And then I think they canceled it after that
Yeah.
Oh, really?
because everyone was like,
Because
you
he
can't
was,
change the
he was
main
done with
character.
it. And they're like, oh, we'll get somebody else to play Geralt.
and then they're like, oh, we were bluffing, and you took our bluff. I hope his like Warhammer series is going to be really good.
Is he
Oh,
doing
yeah.
Warhammer series?
Yes, he
Oh.
is so gung ho on it. He's such a nerd.
That'll be cool.
It will be.
Taking a pee over there.
No head on that.
A bit ahead.
So no head.
Very mild.
So no head.
Just a mild head, guys. Yeah. I don't know of any other TV shows that are super popular right now.
Black Mirror is pretty big.
Yeah.
I feel like that's not right up everybody's alley, though. That's not like a crowd pleaser.
It's definitely like my wife. She couldn't watch it.
Yeah.
It's just a little too weird.
I like it a lot. I still need to watch. I've only seen one episode from the newest season.
They just announced season 2 of Invincible.
Hell yeah!
I haven't seen that yet.
November
November
9th.
3rd.
November 3rd.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that.
That's going to be
The
cool.
Boys. That's another good one.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to more boys.
There you go. I am on the internet looking at The Boys.
Oh, yeah. Which ones?
Them.
Them.
Every time a new season of Stranger Things comes out, that blows up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
That's probably the most comparable to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I'd say so. I watched those last summer, all the seasons in the span of like 1 week.
I
timed it
watched-
Wow.
perfectly.
I watched the first season and then one episode of season 2, and I was like, this show sucks. And then I stopped watching it.
You're biased.
Biased.
You didn't even
You
go
don't
bias.
finish shows anyways.
Yeah, I don't finish shows.
Trust me.
I saw
I
like
started Moon Knight.
Moon Knight?
Yeah, I started Moon Knight, and that was pretty good. Never guess what?
Marvel.
Never finished it.
DC or something.
You have a issue with commitment.
Just with like finishing.
Yeah. Yeah. So awful do that to you. So
Just got a new soundbite.
someone clip it.
I feel like
Yo, Chad, is this real?
I feel like everyone's really like focused on movies right now, though, with Barbie and
Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Oppenheimer coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Dang.
And it was, I think Avatar was the one that kind of started it way back in December. Everyone's like, "Ooh, movies are back again!" And
Movies
Yeah,
are
they
back
forgot
again.
about it.
yeah, because like the whole I think it peaked with like Endgame way back when, and it kind of went downhill and
Yeah,
COVID and
everything basically sucked since Endgame.
Yeah,
Like there were some like okay ones.
It was like 2 years. I didn't even go to a movie in theaters, and then
Endgame wasn't even that good, honestly.
Well, there's also COVID. You kind of just couldn't go to theaters for a
but then
while.
there's like wasn't any movies because like whatever. And then there's like the direct to release movies that came out, and it's like, oh, this is sick, and then you watch them and they suck.
Yeah, and then anime took off.
Hell yeah! Here I go watching my third run of Naruto. Let's go.
You've almost started like your third episode of JoJo.
Hot take: don't like Naruto.
That's fine. I grew up watching.
I've seen it twice and I still don't like it.
Really?
You've seen
Yeah.
all 2 Naruto? Let's go, baby.
God. How did you watch it twice if you don't like it?
Well, I took like a 5-year intermission, and
Well,
I was like, "Well, I need to finish the show, but I don't remember what was happening, so I'll start over."
You started over and started watching Boruto instead. He's like, man, this stuff sucks. Yeah, it does.
Isn't it like 80% filler?
Yeah. I watched like 3 episodes. Like, man, this is horrible.
It's terrible.
Let me go back to the nostalgia stuff.
Yeah. I feel like nostalgia plays into a lot of what makes something good.
Yeah,
Like Avatar, The Last Airbender.
always will hit.
So
Did
good.
you, have you?
That one is exceptional.
I loved
And
watching that
nostalgia just makes it better.
I loved watching that as a kid, and I just held off watching Legend of Korra forever. And then I finally watched it, I'm like, what the hell was I doing? This is amazing.
I wasn't as big of a fan of Korra.
I think I liked Korra better than the original.
Really?
I don't know why. It's just like because I watched Avatar when I was a kid, and I was like, okay, it's a kid show and whatnot. And then Korra had a lot more like adult themes to it, a lot more PTSD and depression stuff. I'm like, oh, this kind of touches me a little bit. So it's like, oh,
That's fair.
Yeah, definitely Avatar was about like balance with like in the world, but Korra was more about inner balance, and I think that was really cool.
Yeah.
I don't think I didn't like Korra quite as much, but I still liked it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And now they're working on a sequel to Korra.
no, yeah.
And so
good.
hope.
Yeah.
I think
And
it's
a
the same.
prequel.
I think it's the same like producer and studio too.
Yeah, they
I
gave the
just-
producer their own like Avatar Studios within Nickelodeon.
just so
Nickelodeon.
excited.
So we're about to get
Which
a
is
bunch of
good.
Avatar
They've
content.
got the live action one, which if you guys
Do you remember the first live action
Yes.
one? Oh my god, what was that?
that was
There wasn't
a
one.
disaster.
I just pretended it didn't happen, but I saw it in theaters, and I cannot
Yep.
Yeah.
unbuy that ticket.
I saw that in theaters also.
Unfortunately.
And I thought Korra was cool. With the airbender villain in particular. He was really cool.
Was it Satine?
Something like that.
Something like that. I feel like
Is that where they made like a tornado
Yeah, with all the
Yeah.
airbenders.
and like sucked the oxygen away?
no,
basically?
he made like a little ball and sucked the life out of people, and I'm like, holy,
yeah. It was intense.
don't clip that.
Okay, but when they got later on and it was like the energy fights and whatever and like dealing with the succession of the avatars and stuff, I did not care about that as much.
No, but like in like the original one, like I don't feel like there was. It was just like the overarching villain of like the Fire Nation, but in Korra, it was like each season it was a different plot and storyline and focus.
It took away some of the like more interesting aspects of Avatar. I feel like Korra did, because they had the bending still, obviously, and they had the like competition, like fights or whatever, where they launched those discs.
Yeah.
That was really cool. But then fast forward a little ways, and they're like fighting mechs, and you're like, okay, what?
Yeah.
This took like, and I get that it's like in the future, but it's like they're driving around like old timey cars. And
That's fair.
The buildings are like Victorian esque. And then like a mech just starts walking through the streets and they throw paint at it and like the problem's solved. And you're like, okay.
So that just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's whatever it is. I liked it.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but
I still think what's season for Avatar: The Last Airbender? Was it where they were in the Earth Kingdom, like main city?
Like second.
Oh, there is no
There's
war
like three
and
books.
Second.
is no
Sounds
war.
because
good.
it goes water,
Say.
earth, fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is it for okay?
3 seasons.
So second season
Seconds.
would be earth esque.
Yeah, only 3 seasons. Wow.
Yeah, and then like a 4-episode finale
Oh, that's right. That's
so
with the fight with OSI. So good.
I don't know. I still cry whenever I see the scene of Iroh like singing to his song.
Oh, yeah,
gosh.
that's so sad.
Leaves from the vine, sobbing.
So slow.
And what was another standout episode where they did? This might have been part of the last 4, where they did the final Agni Kai with
Oh my god! Yeah.
Zuko
Yeah.
and Azula.
Every so often,
Oh.
I'll come across like
Oh
the
my
M83
God.
outro video or intro of like Zuko versus his sister Azula, and I'm like, oh man, this gets me going. I want to watch the whole thing all over again.
So good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That fight was...
Yep.
Was it better than...
The fighting was crazy. The emotional impact was crazy.
I think so because well, I mean, it's the Avatar, and it's just like, oh, here's a rock in your back, you win.
Yeah.
While the rest of it was like,
State.
in some way, like Zuko was like almost more of a main character. He had like a much bigger character arc.
Yeah, his change happened really fast though. Whereas,
don't feel like it did,
Aang's
though.
was, like
What?
3 seasons.
I don't think it did. Like in the beginning, it was like he had such hatred. Then this next season, he was like, okay, maybe this isn't real, and like the thing where, oh man,
Yeah, he went through a lot of like depression and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, he had all the hatred from not being able to catch the Avatar and being outcast from the Fire Nation, basically everything he knows.
Yeah.
And then, whenever he encounters other like Fire Nation generals and stuff, they kind of look down on him. So he wants not only to
Prove his worth.
but also like regain his pride as well.
Yeah.
And then he finally catches the Avatar, and there's like multiple times. There's like the Water Kingdom in the north where he catches the Avatar, but then doesn't go through with it. Basically, he like passes out or something.
I think Katara comes and like
yeah.
rocks his shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Trust me, it won't be much of a rematch.
yeah, and then they.
Man, now I gotta go home and watch this all again.
Avatar's so
I gotta
good.
budget time for this.
Remember that one guy too from the Fire Nation who's the assassin guy?
Yeah, that one
And
guy.
he's got the big eye, and he just
Oh,
like laser
boom,
beams.
boom. What was his
explosions.
Boom Boom Explosion Guy or something?
Sounds like a Barney character.
That guy was so cool.
He was.
I don't
Like,
know if
what
he
power is that? You know?
Yeah,
But how did he die? A rock to the head, to the eyeball?
Combustion Man. Sparky Sparky Boom Man.
That's what it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chicka chicka boom boom.
But see, and Korra, and Korra, they had
He had like
tall-
Sparky's power from Clash Royale.
Someone gets this.
Yeah.
I hate it. See, but in Korra, they had the tall goth GF version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that?
What did you guys say? We all know your type, Ethan. We all know it.
Oh, man. Man, I could talk about Avatar forever, probably.
It just brings me such joy.
Can't be beat.
I love
So
the blue monkeys. You know, the hair stuff was a little
What?
Different Avatar.
Oh my god.
I have to explain that to my wife every so often. I'm like, I'll switch gears. Like, no, honey, different one.
Did you guys see the new blue Avatar?
Yes,
No.
the blue avatar.
You have to specify.
Okay, people hyped it up a lot. They're like, oh, the second hour and a half is going to be so amazing. It was so amazing. I'm like, all right, cool. And I'm like watching. I'm like, man, this is a real. I love long movies, but it was just like, stop going in the boat. Go away.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, my bad.
Same.
Don't worry about it. It's just like the Titanic,
Oh.
but not at all.
Okay.
Kind of.
Everyone dies.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
don't we all die in the end?
There's that billionaire that followed the Titanic recently.
What?
I honestly didn't really like Avatar all that much. Like, yeah, the animation was cool, but
Which one?
The movie.
the blue people.
The animation.
No, the blue people.
You said the animation
It was like a
was cool.
special
They're
effects.
both
Yeah.
animated ish.
Sorry, the CGI was cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, could you explain what CGI means?
Computer generated interface.
Images.
Images.
I don't know.
I'll look that up, but yeah, did not like the blue people Avatar.
The first one was pretty good. It
I
was
haven't
really long.
seen the first one
I
in a
saw
long
it,
time.
or at least part of it, when I was like 10.
Gee, I remember in like
I was like,
7th grade, it was like
this is
such a
boring.
big thing.
I looked it up. It's computer generated imagery, so I was really close.
You basically got it.
It's actually Illumination, like the people who made Minions.
Yeah.
Banana.
Yeah, was not a fan. It
No,
was kind of boring.
that's fair.
They just
mean-
swam with some sea creatures, and they're like, "Yep, this is a movie."
See, my favorite part was when the spaceships came and then they like burned the forest and all the animals died. It was, I was like, yeah, industrialized,
like,
baby.
Soul bonded with a tree.
Hey man, I don't know what you do in your free. I don't care what you do in your free time, bud.
We watched that Ghibli movie recently.
Okay, well, sorry, Ghibli movie,
Yeah.
like Ghibli from like iCarly.
Like Studio Ghibli.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's like with Ghibli, like as in like the Pokemon Gibble, or like what's going on? Gabite.
Yeah.
Gilgamesh.
Gilgamesh. Garchomp.
Garchomp.
What's Gilgamesh from?
Gilgamesh is
real life.
Guy.
So have you ever seen Rick and Morty?
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with it.
We'll just watch an episode today.
I watched like 4 episodes today.
Ooh. Have you showed him to Abridged?
Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
I hate it.
This guy doesn't like that.
I thought I liked
I don't
him.
understand.
How did
Dragon
I-
Ball Z Abridged. Okay. For the uninitiated, obviously, Dragon Ball Z exists, and I'm sure it is a great anime. But Dragon Ball Z Abridged is a fan project that exists on YouTube. It runs 60 episodes, and they take all of the scenes from Dragon Ball Z and dub over them with their own voice acting and writing. And it is comedic genius, to put it lightly.
It is God
So good.
incarnate on this planet in real time. Well, I mean, 4 years ago, but don't worry about it.
The entire runtime of all 60 episodes is around like 11 to 12 hours. I've seen it at least like half a dozen times.
It is.
I think it's kind of trash.
I think you're trapped.
It's
This
kind
man
of
doesn't
it's
get
like
comedy.
cringy, and
It
like
starts cringy.
it stays cringy.
How many episodes did you get in?
I've seen like probably like 10 spotty episodes.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord!
You're not allowed to have an
And-
opinion on
Yeah,
this.
I'm
allowed
like,
to have an
it's like getting 30 minutes.
Whatever.
It's like getting 30 minutes into Star Wars Episode 1. I'm like, yeah, this is space politics.
I watched all of Dragon Ball Z and then started seeing abridged stuff, and I was like, "This is stupid."
You did it in the wrong order. See, you were supposed to watch The Bridge first and then watch Dragon Ball Z and realize, oh, this pervy grandpa, and then stop watching like Ethan did.
Yeah. Abridged is amazing. It's so good. Like, it starts off cringy, like you said, because it's 2009 or whatever it is, and they've got all the dumb YouTube memes, things like that. But oh my god, it evolves in so many ways with the character writing, the editing. Everyone actually like comes to life and has a real personality, and you're like, wow, I'm actually just watching a character drawing here, but with crazy fights that have awesome emotional impact. And they even like end up, you know, coordinating and getting songs written for the fights and stuff. Especially with the last one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That hit so hard for me. And the little speeches everyone get, like Android 16. He gives the speech when he's about to die. Like, oh, can I even quote it? It's something along the lines of between fear and love, I fear not. God, okay, I don't remember it. It's like, I don't fear dying, but I fear losing
Unmemorable.
all of the stuff I've loved.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines.
Not a fear
And
of
then,
death,
oh
but
my
fear of
God.
losing what I love.
The birds and the things that are not birds will perish with me.
But if you like screaming, then watch the original.
Oh my god.
Love that shit.
Cook a carrot cake.
Well, I guess that explains because you like your the system of Down and whatnot. Like, if you like
And
that,
he's just getting stronger.
He does that in the abridge too.
it's
But
just
he's
like
just dumber.
But it's
Where
surrounded
they-
by dumb jokes.
where are they
It's so good.
where are they at? You little swine.
Oh,
Where are they at with like Dragon Ball Z now? What is he stronger than the gods now, or
yeah.
In Super, he gets stronger than
In
the
Super, he gets
Destroyers.
Ultra Instinct, and then Vegeta gets Ultra Ego, and
I
then they
miss the-
fight some more powerful people.
I missed the
And it's so
ultra.
good.
The Jiren fight was so cool.
It was cool.
I miss this like the Ultra Instinct like Scooby or like Shaggy. Or like I use point.
even 1% of my power.
I use 0.001% of my power to kill everyone.
What are some shows you're super into?
Some shows I'm super into.
Yeah.
Lately I've been watching Suits.
Throwback.
I'm like, oh, not I feel kind of bad.
Yeah.
Is it still going on?
I don't think so.
Okay, I was
can
like-
definitely look
That was
into
like
it, but-
something my sisters watched and like when they were in college, and that was a long time ago.
2011, 9 seasons. It looks like 2011 to 2019.
Okay. Whoa, 2015. I did not expect that.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
long run time.
yeah,
That's
I
pretty
definitely fell off of it for a week or so there. I think the end of season 2 kind of threw me off, and I just didn't like it as much.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the first season of season 3, I started getting back into it. I was like, okay, yeah, like this happened and that makes this better, so I like it again.
When was the writer's strike? Wasn't there one around that time? It, like, affected a lot of shows. I mean, I think Breaking Bad was one that was kind of affected.
Interesting fact about Breaking Bad. I've seen the very first episode and the very last episode.
I want you to know that you were dropping down on the list fast.
The very last episode I saw because it was playing while I was at work, and everybody stopped working and they went out into the lobby to watch TV, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to work if nobody else is, so I'll watch this last episode with them. And like customers would come in and they just sit down in the booth and like watch the episode. I'm like, are we not, like, do you want food? And they're like, no, that's fine.
Did you skip to the last page of the Bible too? God Almighty!
I've never read the Bible.
Breaking Bad was one of those good shows too.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul. Now that was another one that was really, really good.
I started watching Sons of Anarchy again.
Oh, really?
I love Sons of Anarchy.
Already?
Well, I've already seen it, but I started watching it again.
I didn't know you'd already seen it. I
Yeah.
just saw you start episode 1 the other day. I was
Yeah.
like, you love it already?
No, I've seen it before. It's so
Okay.
good. Very dramatic.
I don't even
I
know
love
what
the
it's about.
pause there. Very dramatic.
Yes.
Ooh.
I saw someone on a motorcycle today, and they had a shirt
Christian.
that said "Sons of Arthritis."
That's good.
Yeah, I saw that on Courtney's story.
Yeah, that was so good.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Little,
Is a Rocky Horror, or is the
yeah. Rocky
Horror
Show.
Picture Throat?
yeah, that one.
Picture Show.
What did you say? Picture throat?
Picture Throat. I heard.
I don't want to picture that.
We haven't had.
That's a weird movie.
we
Oh
ha-
my god.
I haven't actually seen it. I was like,
What?
I know. I quote it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I saw
You
it
go
once
fried
like a
chicken
few
in there?
years ago. I tried watching it again within the last year, and I was like, not in the mood. This is too weird.
No, I think I saw it on like Watch Mojo's top 10 of like top 10 weirdest movies. And that was the one scene that came up. I'm like, oh, word.
This is going to be part of my daily life now.
Yeah, kind of. It was.
Spencer's one of those weirdos that just latches onto things and quotes them all the time.
That's really hard. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
I do quote a lot of things. It's a horrible thing with TikTok now because you just see them pop
Man.
up and you're like, oh, that was really cool.
Oh,
and it has like
yeah.
3,000 likes. And I'm like, oh, do you guys remember that one TikTok? No, Spencer. No one knows what you're talking about. And I'm like going through all my likes. Like, no. This video, it's real. See, look.
Oh, yeah. No, dude,
And
I
then
spent
they just
so much
watch it
time on
lifelessly and
TikTok.
don't laugh. I'm like, ah, damn it.
I actually uninstalled it today.
I am
TikTok?
so proud of you.
So
It's okay though. It's gonna be like
I've got high hopes but low expectations.
it's gonna be like he's there for
I'll
a
probably
long
get
time
back
for
to
me
it, but-
because I have about 150 TikToks I haven't opened from him.
So many good.
I'm gonna have to go through. I'm gonna enjoy each and every one. I'm gonna leave a comment every single one and tag you in it.
I'll have something to come back to.
It's just
My own history.
it's you're like, oh yeah, it's right where I left off. Amy will do that too, where she's like, I've been too attached to this lately. I'm gonna delete it. And then when I come home and we like go to bed, she'll be like, do you have any nice ones? Because she wants to see the TikToks I say. So I'll like through the day I'll like the videos of like cats and dogs so she can watch them with me later.
Yeah, it's so cool because there's just like a great variety of stuff, but it's too addicting.
You know, it's just I'm mostly in farm talk at this point, but yeah.
Yeah, I've got a lot of gym stuff on mine. A lot of stupid jokes and memes show up. Just a whole bunch of stuff,
Yeah. Good. But
and I send you most of them.
yes. And then I go, yes, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, we can watch them later.
I do. I was caught up for a little bit and I thought, not today. I just want to go to bed. And then I woke up and it was like 30. I'm like, nope, not tonight.
Don't judge me.
I know.
Okay.
What is your shirt of? Because all I see is the stupid Naruto giant snake.
So actually, this is a John Bellion shirt.
Yeah.
I got it at the concert.
Wow.
John Beller. I've got the same one.
No, you do?
I'm not wearing it.
But do you have the Killers one?
No.
It's got
Good bunch.
it's got boobies on it.
Oh my god.
They're cloud boobies, but don't worry about it.
Provocative.
My god.
No, they had like a very their second album, like their second most recent album was like a very like inward thinking album, and it was very a lot of like angelic tones to it. So it was like a like a ceiling of like a cathedral type of painting, and that was kind of the whole theme. But then their most recent one, Pressure Machine, it was just really depressing about his hometown in Utah and everyone on meth or working at the tire factory.
Dang. Doesn't sound like a good city to live in.
It was a really good album.
Yeah. Back in Meth Town.
Oh. You said Meth Town, like, have you ever seen Mad Max Fury Road?
I haven't.
It's a really good one.
So back to Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
So anyway, I started blasting.
It's got such quotes that are so good. Like, for example, when he goes Super Saiyan.
Oh, yeah?
he's like-
Name me 3 quotes. What's his blood type?
Okay, well, I just found out my blood type recently. Let's be positive.
Sorry, no way. Seriously?
Probably.
Oh,
You guys
be
could-
positive?
I am be positive.
Whoa, we're blood buddies.
Hell yeah.
Hey, that's something to be positive about.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling pretty positive.
If I ever need a kidney, you're going to be the first one I check.
I got you, bro.
Or if you need a kidney, actually, I don't know. Is it with blood type with the kidneys, or what is it?
It is now.
Well, you know what? Don't worry about it.
I'm no
That's-
doctor.
I'm more of a Dragon Ball Z Abridged fan.
That's right.
I'm a
Do you guys
A-
consider someone with a PhD like
Plus,
A pretty huge doctor.
they're a doctor, right? Like a
Yeah.
doctor.
Yeah.
But if they're like,
That's what a doctor
call me
is.
doctor, are you going to be like,
I had an art teacher who insisted that we call her a doctor because she had a doctorate in like arts,
Yeah.
but she was teaching like a high school like drawing class. I'm like,
have you ever noticed like the PhD people mentality of like, they have like this niche like knowledge in one field, but then they have this like superiority complex where they feel they know everything in every field.
yeah,
Like, no, it doesn't work like that. You can tell me children's like development, and that's it, right?
Yeah.
But not
I feel
everything.
like PhDs are kind of like a pyramid scheme. 'Cause,
Oh, like the one you almost joined on accident?
Oh.
You were so excited.
But no,
Did he
like,
bring you?
I
He
brought it to
brought
that
someone. I couldn't remember who it was.
I just got the memory of that recently too. It was like, what,
You were like,
years ago?
about to make some money.
it was in high school.
It was when I was in high school.
Was it? I thought it was college. I thought it was our freshman year.
Oh. No, it was like sophomore year of high school for me.
Damn.
It's like 2016.
Start them early, I guess. Jeez.
Yeah, I think we went there and like halfway through, I was like, we kind of looked at each other. And we're
Not even,
this
just,
is
like, halfway.
This is a
You
pyramid
guys
scheme.
lock eyes. You're like,
I was like, oh, dude, there's a meeting about a great job opportunity. We both want to make money. Let's check it out. It's not a pyramid. Look, there's this triangle.
draws a pyramid.
okay, Michael.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways. So, yeah, PhDs being a pyramid scheme. Like, you get super advanced expert level knowledge in one super niche field that no one knows anything about and no jobs are available for. And your only path forward then to actually make money
Is
with
to teach
that
more
knowledge
people?
is to teach more people.
That's funny. That is how that works.
And then and then I saw a meme about it too, because someone said that happened to like their friend or something, and he specifically had an Egyptology degree, and so it was kind of like a joke in a joke, like pyramid scheme of having the PhD and teaching the professor level course,
Of period.
but also the double joke there, pyramids in Egypt.
Could you explain that joke more? For
I
me?
just did.
Could you like really get into
I
it?
can't.
Okay.
Because pyramid and pyramid,
Yeah.
it's Two pyramids.
That's pyramid
What do you
squared.
guys
What's
feel
a squared
about aliens?
pyramid?
What do you guys think about aliens? You think
Like-
they exist?
Yes.
No, absolutely.
Probably. Yeah.
Okay.
We live in a crazy ass universe.
Well, I mean, I gotta believe they exist. If I mean, they must look something like you.
Thanks. They're probably pretty good looking, though.
I'd date them.
You think they're humanoid, or do you think they're like...
I think centipede with.
I think they're humanoid.
You do?
Big eyes.
If we ended
Excrete
up
waste
being the
through their
dominant
skin.
species here, there's nothing to say that we wouldn't be the dominant species elsewhere.
Have you guys ever seen like the TikToks of like the
Probably.
Reddit posts of like people writing about like humans, but aliens destroyed us. They learned not to do that.
Oh,
Just like
yeah,
this-
the trope of humans as space orcs.
yes.
Yeah,
but
those are fun.
it's just like no, I don't think it's space orcs. It's more of a like the it's fanfic for the human civilization of like, ooh, we're gonna win. It's like World War II propaganda.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, the trope is, like, space orcs exist, and the subversion of the trope is that the humans are the space orcs. Because they're fun, 'cause the stories are told from, like, alien perspectives.
Ah, okay.
And they're like, oh my god, the humans are indomitable. Oh my goodness.
The
They're so
indomitable
strong.
human
and
spirit.
they're just bags of meat that, like, drink water. That's so toxic. Who touches water? What?
Or they purposely lay out in the harmful UV
Did you know they
rays
breathe
to appear more attractive?
Yeah.
They breathe oxygen. It's literally oxygenating themselves. They're dying.
And the humans are like, what are your codes of war? And we're like, we don't have any codes.
Yes.
And the humans are
Sounds
like,
like it's prime takeover territory.
we're going to teach you why you need a code of war.
Hello, Hussam. We need you, baby.
Yeah, those are fun stories. Yeah, they're basically like fanfics.
I can't help but listen to them. I'm like, these are funny.
They're
but then they
enjoyable.
keep popping up. I'm like, no, I'm like this.
Okay, I need some other content.
Basically, it's like with that Barbenheimer going on. I just keep
yeah.
getting Ryan Gosling like Drive.
Yeah.
What is the Night Call? That song. I just keep getting it. I'm like, dang,
I keep seeing those too.
that was a good one.
I'm literally.
Literally him.
Well, I think it's about time we give out a rating here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
know?
those are good.
We've been
those are
talking
good
about
I was good.
We have been
These,
talking
they were
about
good from the first sip. I'm like, oh, these are nice. And you guys, oh, these are dark. I'm like, huh?
Careful, that's
But no, I was,
glass.
All right.
let me see.
We'll go in order here. Zachary?
Yeah. I'm. Gosh.
What's the scale here?
We're
we
doing
do, like,
tier
letter
lists.
grades.
Is this like?
So, like,
Oh, that's right. So it's not like two
FEG,
flamboyants out of a.
CBA, S.
I do love some CBT.
Yeah, I almost
Cognitive
forgot up
behavioral
until
therapy.
now.
That's it.
But yeah, I was kind of scared to give a beer A tier here, just because it means that like there's very few that might be better than that. But you did mention S tier, so I'm gonna go ahead and give A tier to this beer. This is very delicious, and yeah, there's good flavor that's not like super powerful. You're not gonna get tired of it if you like drink a bunch to yourself. It's definitely like the right amount of what's the
Hop.
nitrogenation? It's not carbonation. It's
Bubbly.
we say it's carbonation, but it's nitrogen, so it's I don't know. It's bubbly, yeah. It's the perfect amount of that and perfect flavor. This is friggin' delicious. I'm gonna give it an A tier.
Nice.
Awesome.
I agree that this is very delicious. It feels like just like a really classic beer, and it's a lager. Can't complain about lagers. I think I also give it an A. I really like this one. I like it a lot. I'm also on my third, and some of the way darker beers you feel like kind of full after like drinking one, but I'm on 3 and like I'm just starting to feel a little bit full here. Got a good buzz going. So yeah, A tier for the Pre-Prohibition Lucky Bucket Lager
Nice.
from me.
Cool.
Ethan?
I honestly am going to agree. A tier. I
Wow.
don't have a lot to say about it. It's just tasty. I drank 2 of them. Usually I don't drink 2 till A tier.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was going to leave off. I've never seen Ethan drink a 1 beer, let alone 2. And that's got to put it pretty high on the list.
Wow.
I like lighter beers, and my wife has a very famous beer face, and I think she might enjoy this one. It goes down smooth. It's not too bready. It doesn't taste like you're eating a bread, like a loaf of bread. Goes down smooth. The 4%, you don't notice it. You still get a nice buzz after 3.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Yeah, I'd give it an A tier.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Nice.
A's all around.
Wow.
That's a first.
Yeah. I've only had like 1 A tier beer, and I think that was me like last time.
Yeah. I think this is the first A I've given out.
It was a good choice.
What was the other one you gave an A?
The Moosehead Canadian
yeah.
lager last week or 2 weeks ago.
Moose?
Yeah. That was
I've got the same socks as you.
You know, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to you after the whole Dragon Ball Z bitch thing. That's
Yeah, that was a really good beer. I enjoyed this a lot.
I would go out of my way and buy this again just at home.
Yeah.
It's a good one to just to chew on.
Yeah. Sip on.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, cool. You gotta grab your empty bottle here, and this is our little sign off.
That's the sound of an empty beer.